I had this thought the other day that I might be running out of time. Just this quiet feeling everyone else is moving forward and I'm somehow behind. Like I should be further ahead than I am. Like I've wasted my time and I need to hurry up. And the weird part is, nothing in my life is actually falling apart, but it still felt like I was late to everything else. Do you ever feel like that? Like there's this invisible clock and you're not where you're supposed to be on it. You see people making money, building things in relationships, just figuring life out, and you might sit there thinking, what am I doing? Not because you're not doing anything, but because it doesn't feel like what you're doing is enough. I've felt like this a lot, especially after making mistakes, after wasting time, after going through things I knew I shouldn't have been doing. And you look back at those and you think, if I just did things differently, I'd be so much further ahead. And that thought eats at you. But here's what I realized. That feeling of running out of time isn't actually about time, it's about comparison. You're not measuring your life based on reality, you're measuring it based on where you think you should be. And that should is usually coming from other people, social media, expectations you didn't even choose. There's this idea about becoming who you are, not who society expects you to be, not who you compare yourself to, but who you actually are. And most people never do that. They spend their whole lives chasing timelines that were never there to begin with. Let me say something that might sound wrong. You're not behind, you just don't like where you are. And instead of facing that, it's easier to say I'm running out of time, because that makes it feel like the problem is time, not you. There were points where I felt like I was behind in everything, in relationships, in money, in direction, and instead of actually fixing things, I'd sit there stressing about time, thinking, I need to figure this out quickly, I need to catch up. But I wasn't actually doing anything differently, I was just feeling pressure, and pressure without action does nothing. That's when it clicked. Feeling like you're running out of time doesn't make you move faster, it just makes you more anxious. Be honest. How often do you think about your life without actually doing anything to change it? So what do you actually do with this feeling? First, you need to stop thinking in timelines, because timelines create pressure, and pressure leads to rushed decisions, bad choices, and going back to things you shouldn't. Time doesn't ruin your life, inaction does. You don't fall behind because time passes, you fall behind because you stay the same. When I stopped thinking I'm running out of time and started thinking, what can I do today? Everything changed, because now I wasn't competing with some imaginary version of my life. I was just moving forward. Most people don't need more time, they need more honesty. Honesty about what they're avoiding, what they're doing wrong, and what they actually need to fix. Because once you're honest, you don't feel behind, you feel clear. You're not running out of time, you're just not using it properly. If you stopped comparing yourself to everyone else, what would you actually focus on? Just take a second to think about that. There is no universal timeline for life, no exact age where you're supposed to have things figured out. That's just something we've all agreed on without questioning it, and it traps people, because instead of living their life, they spend it trying to catch up to something that doesn't exist. So if you feel like you're running out of time, ask yourself this: are you actually behind, or are you just comparing your life to something that was never yours? Because that feeling you had at the start, that pressure, that urgency, it doesn't go away by thinking about it. It goes away when you finally stop standing still and start moving.